Hi guys, I can't tell you how excited I am to do this video. Once I realized about 2 weeks ago that VIB time was coming up soon, I got so excited. I started creating a list, of all my recommendations, and it's just one of my favorite things to do on my channel is do these VIB, recommendation things and that kind of stuff. This week I'm gonna have a lot of videos kind of around this idea. So I'm going to have this video here, which is my actual recommendations video. I'm going to be doing a video about products that are overhyped, whether they live up to the hype or not. And then also I'm going to do my VIB wish list video, which is stuff I haven't purchased, but just kind of what I'm thinking about buying. So I think it's very tempting for all of us to go a little bit crazy during these sales. And so I think it's really important to plan and have a game plan. You can walk into Sephora with your credit card and you can get in a lot of trouble. But if you have kind of a game plan going in, I think that's usually the best way to spend your dollars. I'm also not really going to be talking about whether these products are expensive or not. I think we all know Sephora is expensive. So let's just get that out of the way. That's why we like sales. But I'm not going to be talking about the price of each of these products. Everybody can decide for themselves whether the price is worth it. I'm just going to talk about the quality of the product. So let's start with primers. This primer I've been loving for a couple months now. This is the Nars Smooth and Protect Primer. They came out with a whole line of new primers. I think there's 3. One is Radiance and one is Mattifying, which I have not tried that one yet. But I have tried the Smooth and Protect one. I love this. I also love this because it has SPF 50 in it. And even though I wear SPF in my moisturizer, which is also SPF 50, I always feel like more is better when it comes to SPF. So that's why I really love this product. But also it's a really good smoothing primer. I'm wearing it today. I really love the effect that it gives. It feels nice and smooth. It doesn't ball up under makeup like some primers can do. It's just so good. I even included this in my yearly favorites. I love it so much. So this is from the Estee Edit. It's the Pore Vanishing Stick. I've talked about this to death. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I talk about it all the time. Now this is like a stick primer. So you just, put it right on your face and it fills in your pores, and it does a really good job of filling in pores. I like how smooth it feels. Now I wanted to show you guys, I've been using this non-stop since I picked it up in November. Like I use this almost every time I do my makeup, and you'll see, like if you ever look at my description bar when I tell you, what I'm wearing on my face, it's almost always there. And there's still a ton left. Like a little goes a long way with this. I love the packaging, of course, but it's a really great pore filling primer. So if that is an issue for you, you might want to check this out. Foundations. I have lots of favorite foundations. As you know, I have lots of foundation. It's one of my favorite things to test. I'm not really sure why. I need some introspection on that. But I have a couple here that I love. They're great for oily skin. Obviously, I have oily skin. These might not work for everybody if you have super dry skin, because these two are very mattifying foundations. So first of all, everybody's favorite, Estee Lauder Double Wear. I only got this in the fall and I love it. It is so good for keeping you matte. I just don't have to blot as often as I would, even with like a normal mattifying foundation. A lot of times they're not as mattifying as they say they're gonna be. This one is. So if you really are looking for a great mattifying foundation, check this out. Mine is in the shade 2N1 Desert Beige, which is actually a pretty exact match to me. I love this with a beauty blender. I know you can get fuller coverage with a brush. This is a very full coverage foundation, but I like it with a beauty blender because I feel like it just shears it out a little bit. Like I like full coverage, but not every day. I like my skin to show through a lot of times. I don't have a lot of skin issues, but if you do, go ahead, buy this, layer it up. It doesn't look cakey. It'll give you the full coverage you want, keep you matte. And then this one is the one I'm wearing today. This is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. This one has SPF 15. I wish it was higher, but it is what it is. It's just a little bit extra SPF. This one is in the shade 140 Ivoire N, which again, I think is a pretty perfect match for me. I love the way this looks. This is full coverage, but just slightly below this, but it's still very full coverage. This one has a pump. Sorry, it's messy. I just used it today. And this one does not, but you can buy a pump for this one. But both of these foundations I love. As I was picking out products for this video, I just kept seeing Nars. Like so many Nars products come up. You guys are gonna think like Nars sponsored this. Not the case. There's just so many amazing products from Nars lately, and actually a few of these are old favorites. This one is an old favorite. I don't think I've ever recommended this before. Like I know I have in favorites, but in a video like this for VIB, I don't think I have. So I wanted to mention it today. This is the Nars Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. So this is a loose setting powder. There you go. It is good for baking. It doesn't have, like, it is translucent. It has a little bit of light reflecting quality. If I look super up close, you're not gonna be able to see it on a swatch, but if I look super up close, I can see just a tiny little bit of reflectivity, and it's nice because it definitely brightens the under eye. Now this I wanted to touch on. This is a recommendation with a little star next to it because I haven't given this a huge amount of testing, but I really wanted to just talk about it a little bit because I know these are recent, you know, releases, and a lot of you are probably wondering. So this is the new concealer from Nars, Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Mine is in the shade 2.5 Creme Brulee. This is a beautiful match for me. I really like it. This has a beautiful velvety, soft texture. It's very full coverage. Like, it really will cover a lot. The issue I have with this, I love the coverage it gives. I love it, love it, love it. I think it's incredible. It covers up everything. But the issue I have is I haven't yet found a powder to put on top of it that works with it without it kind of creasing. It's very emollient, you know, like it's very soft, and it's very, the texture of it is very ultra creamy. So usually when you have a thick, ultra creamy concealer, that's when you can kind of run into a little bit more of those issues with creasing. And I have had this crease every time I've used it, but I haven't used it enough times with enough different powders to say, yeah, it's a complete, like, it's gonna crease every time. This is awesome for full coverage if that's what you're looking for, but I just don't know on the creasing front yet. That's it for face products. Let's jump into eyes because I know a lot of us love to spend our money on stuff surrounding the eyes. I know I do anyway. So as you know, I have been a huge fan of Natasha Denona shadows since I got this palette with the Beautylish Lucky Bag. I haven't had this very long, but I have used it a ton. I'm using it today. You can see this is all Natasha Denona with a different base underneath it. The glitter shades are gorgeous. Like, it makes me want to swear how gorgeous they are. But they have a lot of chunky fallout. So this shadow, for example, this gold here, can you see this swatch? You know, obviously I'm going to do overlays for you guys, but okay, look at this beauty of a shadow here. But it has a lot of chunky fallout. That issue can be easily solved if you have like Too Faced glitter glue, for example, or any kind of really sticky glue base, but I love the glitter glue because it just works. And you can get a gorgeous look out of the glitter shades. But like the satin shades, they're really smooth and beautiful. These two mattes, you guys, every time I look at this palette and I go purple matte shades, it's a little bit intimidating. You're almost like, I don't know, are those gonna blend? Because I don't have 20 minutes to spend blending out my eyeshadow and it's still not looking that great. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you have shadows that are this deep and pigmented, that's what can happen. This was so easy to blend. If you wanted to try Natasha Denona and you don't necessarily want to jump in with both feet with those huge palettes, try one of these 5-pan palettes first, because Sephora does carry them. There's like, I think 10 or 12 different shade combinations. They're awesome. I have been using one of these to death this month. So these are the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick eye colors. I have 3 of them. I have Moonlight, Rose Gold, and Amethyst. These are like a stick eyeshadow, a cream eyeshadow. You roll them up and you know, you can just draw them directly onto your lid. This one here, yeah, this one in Moonlight is the one that I've been using so often this month. Look at how, can you see how beautiful that is? Like this all over the lid, and then I'll take just a nice light taupe eyeshadow on top. You don't have to, you can wear it by itself, but I like to layer like Wet n Wild Nutty, for example, on top of this and just blend out the crease with just a little bit of a neutral brown. It looks so beautiful put together. It stays all day. These do not crease. They set. They don't go anywhere. Of course, on a day that I would need to swatch a ton of stuff, I'm wearing one of my shirts that has like the longest sleeves ever. So I keep having to like wash off these swatches after every single thing. Okay, You guys have heard about these to death if you watch YouTube. I know they've been everywhere. Everybody's talking about them. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know that I've been wearing these a ton. So I'm here to tell you that I've tested these. They're amazing. You should get at least one of them. It's very rare that I'm like, you need this, because, you know, everybody has their own preferences. And I'm like, well, here's something good and here's why I like it. But for the most part, I'm not like, you need this. But guess what, girl? You need one of these. And I have the shades Diamond Dust and Smoldering Satin. I think both of these are beautiful. Smoldering Satin is just like such a nice neutral, kind of purpley taupe with silver sparkles in it. So gorgeous. There's Diamond Dust right there, which is just like such a neutral one to get because, oh, there's a dog hair, because it's just like silver glitter, which is gonna go on top of any shade beautifully. So the couple ways I like to use them, one is I will take it all over, kind of, you know, see where I have this light shade of eyeshadow, kind of all over that space on my lid, kind of drag it this way, and you have a nice beautiful like glitter inner and then just matte outer. It looks gorgeous. The other thing I did yesterday was I did a very, very smoky eye, all gray on the lid, and then I took one of them and just put it right in the middle and just kind of patted it out. They're so versatile. They're so easy because, you know, it's just a little paddle that you can put directly on your eyelid. You don't need to fuss around with glitter, you know what I mean? So a few people have said they've had fallout. I have had a couple issues here and there. One time I used it without glitter glue and I did use it very heavily on my eye and I experienced fallout. The next time I used it with glitter glue, no fallout whatsoever. And just yesterday when I used it, I didn't use any glitter glue because I just honestly forgot and I was like, oh no, should I have? And I had no issues. So I would say if you're gonna use it heavily, try glitter glue. If you're just using it lightly, you should be totally a-okay. Moving on to blush, here is the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush Palette. I purchased this, I think, like the day I saw it come out on Sephora. I love this palette. It's so pretty. If you like very natural looks with your blush, but you like a glow, this is such a good option. So you have 3 different shades here, obviously lighter to deeper. Sometimes I use them, especially like this one, as a blush topper. Sometimes I use them on their own. They are absolutely stunning. You know, they have like that kind of glow through them. See how kind of light this one is? This one would look so beautiful on very fair skin tones, but I still love it like as a blush topper because it has so much sheen in it. This one here in the middle is much more of a nude shade, which is going to flatter a lot of people, and then the one on the end is kind of more of a deeper plummy shade. But you know, none of them is crazy. You don't need to worry that you're gonna get too much on your brush and it's gonna look like clown face. These are so easy to work with. They blend very well. And you know, because they're kind of just lighter, more subtle shades, they're just so easy. Like, how many ways can I say it's easy? It's easy, it's beautiful. You'll love it if you buy it. Shout out to some Nars blushes. I only own these 3. I do have the little VIB Rouge one from last year in Glue, and I have Orgasm in a palette. So, you know, I have a few more, but just the singles, I have these 3 here. The one I really want to talk about is Bumpy Ride because this is their new spring release. I'm wearing this today. This is not as pigmented as a lot of their other blushes. Now, sometimes people say that's not as pigmented, it's not as good. No, Nars blushes are so pigmented that sometimes they require a little bit of working with. Sometimes it's easy to go overboard. This one I love because you can build it up, but you don't need to worry again that it's gonna be crazy off the bat. But this is just such a beautiful light peachy pink for spring. It has a ton of sheen in it. Well, maybe not a ton, but it has a lot of sheen in it, and I love a sheeny blush. This one is so beautiful. So this is their new spring release. This one here in Pudique, this is from the Sarah Moon at Holiday. I don't know if this is still available, but this one is beautiful. This is one of those that is easy to go overboard with though. Look at that. Like, I barely put my pinky in there. Look at how pigmented. So, you know, these are kind of like, some of them are easy to use, some of them are a little bit more, you have to be light-handed. This one I love too. This is a beautiful deep nude in, what is it again? Dolce Vita. that one there. So this is going to be good for kind of like medium to darker skin tones as a nude, or just like a nice fall blush, which is usually how I use it. But I love Nars Blushes, but the Bumpy Ride one, that one is like, check. I think this has been the year of highlights. I mean, just last month, Sephora, they had a whole promotion surrounding highlights. They were everywhere. Everybody's going crazy over new palettes. Some with like merit, some with a lot of merit. I have a couple palettes here, and I also have probably my most favorite highlight ever. I bought this during the fall VIB sale, and it's just like my favorite highlight ever. This is the Cover FX, what is the full name? The Perfect Light Highlighting Powder, and this is in the shade Moonlight. Now I have swatched Sunlight. I don't like it as much. It's more of a golden. This is more of a silver. This is so beautiful. I almost wanted to wear like more than one highlight today to show you, but you know, that'd be weird. But this one, unfortunately, I don't think it swatches as well as it wears, but you can still see like it's really pretty, but on the skin, it is just the most natural sheen. It can be built up, it can lean subtle, but I like to really build it up. And it just is this most beautiful, like, moonlit glow on your face. This one is from Nars as well. This one is, I'm not sure how to say it, Banque de Sable? Banque de Sable? Not sure. I don't know what it means. I should probably look it up. So this has 3 highlights in it. The packaging is so beautiful on this. Oh, just love it so much. And then inside, I should probably get rid of that plastic. It does have a mirror, and then you have these 3 shades here. Just, Nars just knows how to push my buttons. So you have obviously lighter to darker. This is gonna be better for darker skin tones, or you can just kind of mix it and create your own. So there they are right there, obviously darker to lighter. I was really surprised the first time I wore this because it was a little bit more subtle than I had thought it was gonna be, but it was just a beautiful glow on the cheeks. So this one is a win in my opinion. These videos are always super long because there's so much good stuff to talk about, so thank you for hanging in there. The last highlight I want to talk about is this one here. This is the Smashbox Casey Holmes collaboration. This is the Spotlight palette in Pearl. I mentioned when I hauled this that I also bought the gold palette, and I did not like it. So it had a ton of chunky fallout. It was super disappointing. But this one has knocked my socks off. This one is so pretty. This is the highlight I'm wearing today. I mean, you guys can see, like, it's just beautiful. Today I mixed these 2 shades together on the lighter end. This is the one that has glitter in it, but honestly, it's a beautiful glitter. So if you are okay with glitter, you'd probably like this. If you don't like glitter at all, well, maybe you won't like this palette, but these 2 don't have any glitter in them. And like I said, that's what's on my cheeks today. For eyeliner, I've been dying over these. They're so good. These are from the Estee Edit, the Inside Track Eye Kajal. They all have 2 different sides, so you always get 2 different colors, which is kind of awesome because whoever uses up an entire eyeliner, like unless you're trying to and it takes you a year, it's really hard to do. So it's kind of nice to get 2 in 1. This one I've been just using to death. I've been talking about it since the fall when I bought it. So this one is in Bold Bordeaux and Urban Nude. I should know the names by now because I use them all the time. This Urban Nude, I love to put it in my waterline. It's so pigmented. These are so smooth. Like, they are so creamy and smooth. You don't need to constantly be working with them. Like, one swipe and you're good. This one here, Twisted Teal, I used all of, did you hear that stupid sound I just made? It's so pigmented and creamy. Like, it takes nothing to get all that opaque color on there. It's so beautiful. Anyway, I used this all over my my lash line the other day, and it looked really pretty. I just smudged it out. They're very easy to smudge out, like when you first put them on if you want to do a more smoky look, but they do set, so you're good there. And then this side is the Tarnished Gold, which is a little bit more metallic, but really beautiful. And maybe I should just, since I'm here, swatch this one too. This one is the Bold Bordeaux, which is just this really beautiful, deep, chocolatey brown. It's a little hint of burgundy in it. For brows, I'm a creature of habit. I use my Anastasia Brow Wiz or the L'Oreal version for the most part. I don't stray from those things. But I did discover this in the fall and I love it. And I know it's not a new product, but it's just so good. This is Gimme Brow from Benefit. This is the one that has the little mini, little wand couldn't think of the word, wand. And it just, you know, fits perfectly on your eyebrows. And this one has a little bit of color. It gives a little bit of fiber to give a little bit more fullness. Sometimes I will use this on its own completely when I do like a no makeup day and I just want something really fast. You know, obviously it's not going to give this kind of eyebrow, but it's a little something, which is, you know, kind of cool and easy to work with. I really love that product. For lashes, I probably would have worn these today, but I wanted to show you. I wanted to have them here to show you. So this is the Sephora Collection House of Lashes collaboration. This is in the style Everlasting. They're super wispy. They're just super pretty. I really like these a lot. The lash band is a little thick, but not too bad. Not too bad where you can't work with it easily. On to lip products. I know I recommended these last time, but I wanted to just quickly shout them out again because there's so many new shades. So these are the Sephora Cream Lip Stains from their house collection. They now have 40 shades. I should probably go to my store with a list of what I already own because every time I go to the store I want to buy more and I'm like, yeah, but I can't remember what I own already. But the formula on these is what I really love about them. They're very comfortable for a liquid lipstick, and I'm very picky with liquid lipstick. Like, I do not like most of them just because I can't stand my lips being dry. By the way, I'm wearing the Wet n Wild one today, which I really like, and it's super comfortable as well. So that one's a $5 option. If you want a matte lip, but you don't necessarily want a liquid lipstick, this might be a cool option for you. So these are brand new from Buxom. These are called the Plump Line Lip Liners, but they're like that very thick, right? That very thick, there's compared to a regular liner. This one is in the shade Dolly Danger. So, you know, you just draw it on your lips, but it is going to be a matte formula. Obviously not transfer proof, but they last, like this lasts for hours because it's so matte and it's kind of, you know, a thicker formula. It's not really going to move around unless you're eating or drinking a ton of coffee, like I do sometimes. This side here has a lip brush on it. Now, at first I didn't really understand what this was for because the lip is so matte that when you do this with it, it's like, okay, well, what does that really do? But on Instagram, I saw that Buxom posted a little cute little, you know, video post where they took this, probably not this shade, and then they mixed one of their glosses with it, took this side and used that to mix the gloss with the lip, and then apply it to the lips. And I was like, oh, now I get it. So that was kind of a cute little idea. But I really like this formula. I kind of want to check out more colors. I think they're really great. These are the Nars Velvet Lip Glides. Is this the last Nars product? I think this is the last Nars product in this recommendations. I have two so far. So I have Bound and Playpen, and I love both of these. In fact, this is the one that I would just keep in my work bag for when I worked in the store, and I would just wear this every single time. So getting a ton of use out of these. They're a very gel-like kind of thick gloss formula, but what I really like about them is that when you apply them, they start out super glossy, but throughout wearing them, the gloss will wear away, but it leaves the color behind. And what you kind of have left is kind of like what a matte lipstick would look like, really. The wand is nice and flexible, and it's kind of that flat on both side paddle. Anyway, there's Bound. This is the Hourglass Girl Lip Stilo. This is in the shade Achiever. So look at this packaging. It's so pretty. I love it. Of course, Hourglass is going to do packaging really nicely, and then you have like your little tube in there. This is the shade Achiever. This is a very kind of deep brownie nude. They don't really smell like anything. But the first day I wore this, I was just so impressed by how long lasting it was, how much color payoff there was on my lips, and how comfortable it was. Like, they just made my lips look plump, juicy. Yes, I said it. And they just looked super good, and it felt great too. Let's talk about skincare. Obviously, skincare is going to be, you know, it's one of those things where you might want to try something somebody recommends, but everybody's skin is different. So obviously I can only tell you what's really working for me, but all of these things are really working for me and I love them, and I'll tell you why. So first of all, this Kate Somerville Retinol Firming Eye Cream. I bought this during the last VIB sale, and I still have probably about this much left in it, which is saying a lot because I use this every single day. So a little goes a long way with this. It has this kind of, I don't even know what you call that. It's basically metal, and you can take it and squeeze it and just, you know, go all around your eye with it. and it's kind of a cooling sensation. I haven't seen more fine lines develop since I've started using this, and the reason I'm using it is because it has retinol in it, and my skin responds very well to retinol. And obviously that's an anti-aging thing, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I want to look young forever. But anyway, so that's why I like retinol products, but that one is working really well for me. Also, what I've been liking a lot is this one from DreaCN. It's the Hylamide Sub-Q Eyes Advanced Serum. This one comes with a dropper, which I really like, and basically I just put one drop under each one of my eyes, and that's enough to do the whole thing. And I use this one in the daytime because you can't use a retinol during the day. So I've been using this during the day, and I've just been liking it. There's a ton of moisture in it. Like, I always feel like my under eye is plump, and actually that's one thing I wanted to say with this too. I just feel like my under eye lately, with the combination of these two things, has just been plumper overall and just feeling more hydrated overall. So this is the old packaging. There is new packaging as far as I understand. But this is the Ole Henriksen Pure Truth Youth Activating Oil. So not the serum. Like, there is one that's a serum, which is kind of more like a gel to liquid formula. This is a definite oil, and it's bright orange. I could probably, yeah, you can probably see in the cap there. It's, or not in the cap, in the little thing, there's a tiny bit left. It's bright orange. It smells so good. Like, it just smells like citrus. And I love the way this feels on my skin. So this, I would just use at night because it's very thick and moisturizing, and it's good to kind of put on overnight. And I love it, like, on my neck, all over the face, wherever. I definitely want to get like a full size of this. This is a travel size, I believe. Anyway, I just love this. It smells good. It makes my skin feel amazing and super moisturized. And then this Dior Jelly Sleeping Mask has been a favorite for a while as well. I really love this. This is one of those just really intense moisturizers that they call a mask, basically, and you put it on at nighttime and you wash your face in the morning. So it's like there's no color to it. It's not one of those tingly masks or anything like that. You can see I'm getting down to the bottom. It has a really beautiful smell to it. I believe they have changed the packaging on these as well. So they might look slightly different, but it's the HydraLife Jelly Sleeping Mask. You don't need very much. And the first time I used it, I just remember waking up, looking at my skin going, wow, like it was just fuller. Like, you could see the lines were kind of filled out because my skin looked plumper. It was just like instant result. I have two makeup removers I wanted to talk about. This one, I'm halfway done. Really been loving this. This is the Sephora brand Micellar Cleansing Milk. So you can see it's definitely milky. It's a lot thicker than most micellar waters. This one smells exactly like fresh cut watermelon. I have a makeup cleansing, face washing kind of routine where first I'll take off all my makeup and then wash my face. I don't just take off my makeup and leave it at that. But for taking off makeup, I think this is really good. And then for eye makeup, I've been loving this for a very long time, but I don't think I've ever put it in my VIB recommendations. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Makeup Remover. So it's the, I guess you could use it all over the face. It says for lids, lashes, and lips. It's like almost as good as the Bifacil from Lancome, which that stuff is just magic. This is almost magic. I really like this a lot. For hair, I feel dumb like giving you hair recommendations because I didn't do anything with my hair today. It's like, I was going for kind of like a just got out of bed look today. So anyway, ever since I bleached my hair, I bought this and I've been using it. It's the Bubble & Bubble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Heat Protective Primer. So not only do they say that this will be like a good heat protectant, but it also says, you know, like you can spray it on dry hair to tame flyaways, to kind of smooth out stuff, and it absolutely works for that. I've used about that much so far. So, you know, it's fairly new to me, but it's been working really well and it smells amazing. So if you have kind of more dry, damaged, color treated hair, you might want to check that out. This is not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. This is the Dry Bar Detox Dry Shampoo. This smells so good. Like, I love the smell of this. Some people don't. So maybe smell it in the store before you commit. But if you like a dry shampoo that comes out white and has a definite white cast, you'll like this. If you hate that, you'll hate this. I like it because after I let it sit on my hair for a while, I just feel like that white kind of really sucks up the oil. Like, there is nothing like this for sucking up oil and making my hair look clean when it's really, you know, I probably need to wash it. there you have it. Those are all of my recommendations for the VIB sale this time around. Like I said, look in the description bar because all the dates, details will be mentioned down there, as well as links to all of these products too. So just in case you don't want to have to go back and try to remember where I talked about something, everything will be listed down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, because like I said, this week I have so many different videos kind of around this subject coming up that I don't want you to miss out, and I would love to see you around in my future videos. Once you have shopped the sale, come back and let me know, or through Twitter or Instagram or whatever, let me know if you purchased any of these things, what you think about them. I would love your feedback. And if you have any questions, of course, if I missed any details on any of these things, let me know in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. So that is it. Hope you're having a great day. Love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.